technology gives you a global market. You're not just competing in Ugandan boundaries. It's boundless. So if you believe that you're going to compete more with West Africa when you're in Uganda, yes, you can. But you're also conscious of the identity that you're putting out there on the digital platforms. Then lastly, and as requested, how I wish that we agree that we need the basics on how do we feed this information to these platforms. So that when an Owen somewhere says that I need to look for Dan's music, your music comes up. The truth is we need what we call digital literacy. Basic skills. What do I need to put in, for example, YouTube, to make sure that my YouTube channel, when it's searched up and the kind of content that I do is searched by any user, it comes up. And if we don't have those basic skills, we shall always be the laggards. And we'll always go by the rest. So my request is that even in these kind of symposiums, and even out of here, how can creatives come up to say that how can we teach ourselves to be digital lit? And they're basic. Anyone can learn them as long as they have interest. And when that is done, then we shall know that we can walk towards being at the pace any other society is as far as adapting technology is concerned. That said, I request all the creatives, put a culture
We are going to request the DJ to play the anthems. Kitiibwa kya Buganda National Anthem and East African Community. Kitiibwa kya Buganda National Anthem, East African Community Anthem.
Ekitiibwa kya Buganda kyavaaja naffe tukikuumenga. Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu,
Thank you very much. You may take your seats, please. Because we are running behind schedule, I'm going to invite our chairperson to come and make the welcome remarks so that we proceed. Dear Chief Guest, we are very honored to have you. We've been talking about culture and creativity since morning. We looked at the need for a comprehensive mapping of the sector. We looked at the impact of technology, particularly artificial intelligence, on culture, the advantages and disadvantages. We looked at architecture in specific areas, how it can promote tourism, good living, good housing and planning. And we are, as Uganda Parliamentary Forum for Creative Industries, aiming at making sure that the sector plays its role not only in economic terms, but in social transformation as well. Therefore, we shall have a specific topic for discussion tomorrow on safe screens for our children. Now I'm going to invite our chairperson to come and welcome you officially. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Wasula. Your Royal Highness, the Navigator of Uganda, represented by Dr. Maria Nasali, who is a lawyer and a lecturer at Makerere University. She's also the Deputy Vice Chair, Nabagereka Development Foundation Board of Governance, and also Vice Chair, Nabagereka Najinda Women Fund. You are very, very welcome to our National Symposium. Please give our guests a round of applause. I warmly welcome you to the second National Symposium on Culture and Creativity. It was launched on February 1st, 2023. The Uganda Parliamentary Forum for Creative Industries is a strategic initiative aimed at promoting the development and growth of the culture and creative industries in Uganda. The forum's objective include placing culture at the heart of socio-economic development and transformation of communities, empowering culture and creative industries practitioners with skills and knowledge, advocating for policies, institutions, regulations, and laws that spur growth of a robust creative economy, spearheading conservation and promotion of indigenous languages by encouraging and supporting production of content and writing fiction and non-fiction books in local languages, integrating culture and creativity in national planning processes, promoting culture-based projects and activities, and promoting domestic and international commercialization of culture and creative industries products and networks. Today, we gather here not only to celebrate Uganda's potentially vibrant culture and creative industries, but also to recognize and appreciate the transformative influence of Her Royal Highness, the Nabagereka, through her Ekisakate initiative that has taken on a national character. Her efforts in reshaping our cultural narrative, especially among our young children, reassures us of a brighter future that shall uphold our national values. The Ekisakate initiative has not only instilled a sense of pride in our local languages and cultural norms, but has also laid a firm foundation for a culturally rich future. Despite limited funding, we note with satisfaction our intervention in drafting process of the national culture policy. We also have participated in advocacy for taxation reforms for our industry. We have strengthened partnerships. We are working closely with industry regulators, including URSB, Uganda Communications Commission, Uganda National Cultural Center, to build a unified force that shall effectively advocate for the transformation of the sector as a pillar of our economy. We also are working with Private Sector Foundation of Uganda, facilitating a closer integration of industry players with broader economic strategies, enhancing the overall impact of creative industries on Uganda's economy. One other thing that we are working on is child protection and cultural heritage. We are collaborating with UCC to ensure safe screens for children and actively promoting the preservation of Uganda's rich cultural heritage. This was an idea developed by Family TV, and I would like to introduce the Executive Director of Family TV. He's right here. Please wave to our chief guest. I also want to recognize Dr. Byaruhanga from Private Sector Foundation, who is also here. We also have a representative from the Uganda Registration Services Bureau, Mr. Mark Tugume. He's in the building. Have we seen you? Stand taller. And we are also participating in research and mapping initiatives. And we commissioned the Parliament Research Department to conduct a comprehensive research and mapping for the creative and cultural industries, providing a strong foundation for legal, regulatory, and policy reforms. We are also advocating for fair practices. UGAPA4C efforts have not only been legislative, but also involved in advocating for fair practices within the creative industries, promoting ethical conduct, and ensuring a level playing field for all participants. We have also had some international collaborations. We are working with foreign missions and agencies. We are exploiting and fostering collaborations with international partners to bring in global perspectives, knowledge exchange, and potential opportunities for Uganda's creative industries on the global stage. We have since met with the British Council, MasterCard Foundation, Bayimba Foundation, UNICEF, UNESCO, and the country director for UNATCOM is right here. Madam, please rise up so that you're recognized by our chief guest. We're engaging in capacity building initiatives. We're going to intensify the implementation of programs and initiatives aimed at capacity building, especially for women and the youth within the industry, and to ensure that stakeholders have the necessary skills and knowledge for sustainable growth. In the house, our chief guest, we have the female artists, performing artists. I think we have a whole group of them here. Please rise up and wave to our chief guest. We have representatives, and they are led by Omumbe Jandagire. We also have Nawu. I don't know if Nawu are here. The representative from Nawu, she's right there. We are going to work with them to try and promote women and youth in this. With regards to community engagement and outreach, working with the industry organizations, we are going to actively engage with local communities to promote the culture and social impact of creative industries, fostering a sense of pride and ownership among the population. We are also emphasizing youth empowerment by actively involving and encouraging the participation of young talents within the creative industries, ensuring a dynamic and vibrant sector for the future. Achieving the goals of UGAPA4C primarily hinges on the support from the funding community, to whom we owe all the gratitude. Therefore, I wish to express our appreciation for the unwavering support we have received from the funding community. And right here, I would like to introduce our representative from Uganda Brewers Limited, Madam Brenda. Please rise up and wave. We have been supported, as you can see from the billboard. We have Coca-Cola has supported us, Next Media. PSFU has supported us through the GROW program. We have Kampala Serena, who keep watching out for the prices. We have Family TV. Nyanzi Art Studio has designed most of what our art is for the Parliamentary Forum. Unfortunately, he's not here today because he lost a relative. And Uganda Revenue Authority has supported this event, and we are talking to them. Please tax us nicely, give back our money, because we bring in a lot of money, but most times our biggest problem, that money does not return to support the growth of the industry. But we are talking, and I think we are getting somewhere. We have had immense support, Madam, from British Council. British Council is here. We have the country director. We have the programs director over there. Please wave to our chief guest, and a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. British Council is our friend is our relative is doing so much to see that the Parliamentary Forum achieves its mandate and why it exists. And I would like also, please take this message back to Mama. There is a lady in the house. Chambogo University has supported us in ways I can't count. In fact, one time they hosted a whole stakeholder meeting and they paid all the bills, food, everything, cameras, and we had a wonderful engagement. Dr. James Savile is here. He's the head of department from Chambogo University. But she has been accompanied by Professor Jill Prebel. I find it very hard to pronounce your name. She is the one who started the Nabagereka School of Ballet. She's right here. And she was looking forward to seeing Mama. Please tell her she was here, waiting anxiously to meet her. Yuga Fofosi remains steadfast in its commitment to the sustainable development of the sector. We understand the significance of engagement with all stakeholders, and it is our collective responsibility to ensure the prosperity of our creative industries. To this end, we aspire to centralize all aspects of culture and creative industries within one ministry. This consolidation aims at facilitating effective planning, budgeting, and promotion, ultimately advancing our shared vision for a thriving landscape. I would like to introduce to you, the forum would not move forward without the support, unending support of the members of Parliament. They give us money every month so that we can get our fuel for the Secretary to come to work, to do all the work they do, and to represent the members of Parliament. Honorable from the constituency, Kalaki, please rise up and wave to our... So in privilege, I take the honor, in conclusion, I take the honor and privilege to humbly request Your Royal Highness to accept our special gift to recognize her transformative initiative based on Ubuntu Bulamu. You know, I'm a Musoga, so I'm reading things like saying Ubuntu because I'm talking to Soga or Ubuntu Bulamu to conserve our national values. We take much pride in your efforts and are greatly inspired. Culture is the undisputed provider of the bulk of raw material for creativity. So I'd like to invite you. Madam Sarah, do you have Mama's gift? Please bring it forward. And after handing over the gift to you, we will invite you to address the congregation. The gift that we are giving to Her Royal Highness the Nabagereka was prepared by a gentleman who is long gone. But we thought there is no better gift to represent the culture of this country. And when you go back, tell her we appreciate everything she has done for the creativity of this country. Because when children come to excel Kate, they come back different from what they are. One of the most inspiring stories we saw was a young boy who attended, and he started making verses, flower verses, to pay school fees for other kids of his age. If transformation is not that, I can't imagine what else can be. This painting is of Mama's wedding and Tata's coronation. And it's given in honor of Her Royal Highness Sylvia Najinda Nabagereka of Buganda for outstanding contribution to development through our proven cultural values rooted in the Ubuntu philosophy from the Uganda Parliamentary Forum for Creative Industries. So now I take the singular honor to invite you to address the congregation.
Members of the Diplomatic Corps, honorable members of Parliament, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of Yuga Pafosi, congratulations. It is a tearing moment receiving a gift on behalf of Mama Nabagereka. I will deliver it. I also empathize with you, and I'm a little bit nervous because when you're expecting Mama Nabagereka and you get a Dr. Nasali, the excitement is a little bit shaken. But because she is one of you, she's a member of communication profession, and throughout her work, she has used creativity to promote the work and holistic upbringing of children. She thought that at least she thought she would be here, but due to unavoidable circumstances has been unable to be with you. But her spirit is with you. Please do not let her lack of presence be misconstrued to mean that she does not value you. It's because of that that she asked me to come and at least be present. And I'm sure if you're live streaming, she will watch the event. If you're not, we'll still show her the proceedings of this Yuga Pafosi conference. First and foremost, let me also congratulate Yuga Pafosi for your outstanding, you're running child. I don't think you've crawled. You're barely a year old. If you're inaugurated in February, we're just beginning in February. Did you say March? You started in Feb. You're barely a year old, but you have run through these achievements, which are very outstanding, and probably you would expect of a teenager organization. Congratulations. Indeed, it is only organized people that can make a truly beneficial and public good change, in which all those who participate equally benefit. Thank you so much for recognizing the mutuality of interest between the Yuga Pafosi and the work that the Nabagerika does. Your strategies are very similar to what we do, and we believe that the more hands that come to invest in the pride, first and foremost, in the pride of our culture, of who we are, but also use that culture as a linchpin to support more transformative and positive growth within the country. Because culture is not static. And through you, the creative industry, we continuously revamp, renovate, improve our cultural existence and identity, and particularly also we build linkages between the different cultures. We also know that the beauty of culture is that everyone feels it in their own way. We are all culture beings. It doesn't mean that one individual or one cultural identity will surpass another, but it is in the multicultural dispensation and multicultural expression and creativity that we live as happy community, that we appreciate that there are more similarities between us than differences, and that we all, as cultural beings, require and desire to live dignified lives. So we thank you so much for that, because the one thing that one has to appreciate is that the creative industry shapes our minds and thinking on a daily basis. So you being intentional in ensuring that we groom a society that would enable the sustainability and basic happiness of each and every individual is a milestone that we congratulate you. Thank you so much for creating Ugapa Force. And particularly when you talk about culture, people think about the past. But to appreciate that culture is present, and the creative industry is another avenue through which we do not have to send out conflicting messages. Sometimes when you talk about culture, people will say, you're analog. You're not relevant. But culture has a way of mutating. If only you took the modernization of dance, for example. If you look at the Uganda dance, and you're watching and say, is this how it's done? Every day, people adapt it to what they feel. And I've seen also an adaptation. There was Uganda dance danced on, is it the modern music? But there's still, so you can see that culture and creative industry are not parallel to each other, but are sisters or brothers that could and are important in furthering dignified lives. We thank you. And we look forward to collaborating with you. Ever since 2007, the Kisaka Teacher Nabagerika has become a place where, you know what, regretfully, basic manners are taught. When you're speaking to students, they will tell you they learned how to greet. They learned how to say thank you. They learned how to appreciate differences. They learned how to care for each other particularly the weakest amongst them all. These are things that were done at the household level in the family. Children have challenged parents to parent them. Parents have become friends of children. That you do not discipline, groom, and raise your child. And those are the basic things. Children have become entrepreneurs because they know that you can work, and housework isn't a class issue, that you can make your own bed. Those are basic things that used to come from the household level. So we are living in a challenging society, and it's really up to you, the creative industry, because you have the platform of infusing the minds at the daily basis, and to shape the society where each one of us will feel safe. It's a society where each of us will find peace. Peace is very instrumental in the development of any country, any family. If you walked into a home, for example, and the occupants of that home have been quarreling, you will feel it. They need not tell you anything. Even if they give you the biggest smile, you will know that there's something amiss. So we have to build those basic values that we in the Chisaka Techanaba Gereka are highlighting, inculcating hard work, responsibility, creativity, integrity, empathy, and respect for others, particularly those who are different from you. To know that the diversity and different opinions do not mean that you don't like each other. It means that the person is entitled to their opinion, and probably their opinion is shaped by the circumstances that they've lived through. And that to disagree is not to create an enemy. We need to learn how to dialogue with each other. And through the creative industries, we know that you immensely contribute to economic development. And if you go to, you quote the national Uganda, for example, in 2017, the Uganda GDP was estimated at 27.6 billion by the report by IMF and the Bank of Uganda. It is noteworthy that culture and creative industry contributed 84.4 million in export revenue in 2016, far higher than coffee, cotton, and tobacco. So besides that, a joint study in 2014 of the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, Ministry of Gender, Labor, and Social Development, and Ministry of the ESC, it was revealed that approximately 148,371 people were employed in the culture and creative industries in Uganda, of whom 92,129 were professionals. It also believed that 6 to 7 youth graduates out of 10 joined the culture and creative industry per annum. your role is cut out for you. You have an audience, you have stakeholders, you've made tremendous contribution. As we're asking government of Uganda to invest more in the creative industry, given the amount of resources that it generates, at least double. We know that it is 1% according to the Africa Union recommendation. Maybe it could double it, because if it did, then we would have a number more youth being engaged creatively and in a manner that contributes to economic development. We look forward to working with you, given our common ideals and your emphasis in this forum on culture as leveraging development. Our mission in the Nabagereka Development Foundation is leveraging culture as a tool for empowerment, economically, socially, and politically. I now, on behalf of Mama Nabagereka, her shoes, of course, are too big. She is uniquely the Nabagereka. Allow me to amplify her wish to open the symposium. And may God bless you all. We should deliver the gift, and I'm sure she will send you a personalized message in appreciation of our common interests, values, and truly hopeful future for our country.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nasali. Before you leave, we are requesting, if you'd be so kind, for a photo opportunity for the different groups and associations that are here. And for now, I would like to invite the Architecture Association. The president is here, and she's a lady. When you walked in, they were just presenting. So please come and get an opportunity to take a photograph with our guest. And then after that, oh yes, of course. After that, yes, easily.
Yeah, so that it can be captured a bit momentous.
So the architects, after that we shall have the female performers come. Ladies, please move fast. Please come closer. And after that, the ladies from the female performers, please come. Yes, you did. Yes, it is. After that, I would like to invite our presenters of the day, Dr. Mulekwa,